Hello, hello, whoever's listening, whoever's watching, welcome back to Soul's Purpose Leaders interview. And today I've got an amazing speaker, my goodness, this person is fantastic. But I want to also share why we're here and why we're having these interviews. And the most important thing is that the whole purpose of this interviews is that people who actually do what is right for them, but also what the passion, the purpose, they're driven to actually help themselves, but helping other people as well. Now, today's guest, okay, is an amazing person, and you're gonna hear everything about him. But first of all, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. And his name is Daniel Vieira. I hope I said your last name correctly.
That was amazing, to be frank, Barky. Very good job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And he's a health and wellness advocate, consultant, and coach who believes that our inner health is as important as exterior health. And his favorite quote is, "The body is like a car, gives it good fuel, resources, and it will function better." Oh my goodness, I love that. That's an amazing quote. And welcome. How are
It's a
you
pleasure to be
today?
here, Barky. Well, I'm very well, thank you. It's been a beautiful day so far. Woke up pretty excited to be on this interview with you, to be able to share positivity and good information to other people. And I'm very grateful. So I want to thank you for having me on this call, on this Zoom call. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. And now, Daniel, I would like us to know about you on the day you decided to actually do something that was, it made you feel good about yourself, but also it's just like it's fun. What was it?
Yeah. Well, the day that I decided to do something for myself came a few years back. I was working as a waiter. I don't know about this. I was working as a waiter, and this person came up to me and said to me, "Do you know, Daniel, you're actually worth so much more." And I said to them, "Really?" And I said, "You're worth so much more. You can literally look at yourself and see what you can do." At that precise moment, I walked back into the restaurant, I still remember, and I stopped. My mind just stopped. I'm like this, wait a minute. I've been living all my life just flowing by without giving value to myself. And it was on that day that I got a chance to open my mind to a different type of world. A world with
Wow.
health, positivity, and fun.
Yes, I love that. So don't tell us yet what you're actually doing. Yeah. I like to play hide and seek. Okay. So I like to make it
Okay,
fun
cool.
for the listeners
All right,
and
all right, all right. I love it, love it, love it.
for the audiences, because the whole point about this is that I want them to know you as a
Know
person.
me,
Yes,
no problem.
before they know what your service is or what your product is. Okay. Now, Daniel, this man comes to you and say to you, you actually worth so much more, and you have something greater inside of you. How did you feel?
To be honest, it was a lady that said that to me.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's very unexpected. I didn't expect it either, right? Uh, but how did I feel? Up to then, I'm Portuguese, so but I grew up here, and I never gave to myself that value of I can do more. I always floated by life. I didn't really believe in a lot, but when that moment came, it's like when a lightning strikes on you, lightning, positive lightning, and it goes bang, and you go, wait a minute, I'm really worth more. And in my mind and my heart, after that conversation, I'll tell you a quick secret, Barky. I did not sleep. That night, I didn't sleep because I was like, there's something here that I'm meant to do. What is it? And that person opened up the gateway to it.
Wow, that's amazing. Did it happen very quickly after that conversation, or did it take a bit of a while before it happened?
It took a few months. It took a
A
few
few
months,
months.
Yeah.
So at that few months, because this lady who gave you kind of like blow up your mind and your world, how did that happen? Was it like adrenaline rush within that couple of months? Did it die down, or you actually maintained that happiness and that kind of like, whoa, I can do something amazing?
I'm going to explain to you one of my theories of life. Us humans, sometimes when we get opportunities and chances, we tend to jump around them and not go for them because of our cognitive dissonance and the belief that what we've done until now, jump around it. That my inner superhero wanted to jump out. I knew him. He was like, yay, let's go, let's do something here, let's do something, let's move. And that person kept in touch with me. She kept saying to me, not over pressuring, but just saying, Dan, remember what I told you. And then one day I was walking home and I looked into the stars and a shining star looked at me, and I looked at it and I said, and I connected to the universe. And I said to myself, I'm going to take it on board.
Wow. Oh my goodness. How many years is it now since that feeling and that happened?
7 years.
7 years. And
7 years.
you're still feeling good? You're still feeling like, yes, I made the best decision of my life?
150,000%. I haven't got it, no doubts. There is no doubts here, and when it comes to me, I tried to, because we all do this, we try to look back and say, no, let me just try and ignore this feeling. Let's try and ignore it. Let's try to be part of the crowd or see what's around us and be like our bazaar. When this beautiful feeling strikes inside, there's no faking it. It keeps on flowing.
That's really amazing, because a lot of people, they shy away from that feeling because it's too overwhelming, or it's too scary, or there's no guarantee, and they're just feeling like, what if I fail, or what if it doesn't happen, or what if it does happen, or how would I contain it? So I'm so glad to hear that. Now tell us the next step.
The next step the next step in life was to make a decision.
Okay.
Next steps are for me, was to see what was important for me. My wellness, my health, because there was a stage in my life in which I weighed, I didn't tell you this yet, actually. I might have, maybe now. Anyway, we'll find out. I was weighing 115 kilos.
Okay.
115. Now I'm 84, 85. Depends on the day. Depends if I have a cherry cake or not. But anyway, it all depends. Stay balanced. Anyway, and for me, it was important to see that opportunity, if it resonated with me. Was I really looking at being healthier? Plus, having an uncle that died with cancer kind of really emphasized what the universe was trying to show to me.
Wow. That's really amazing, because to know what can happen, to get kind of like a guidance before it happened, that's really important. And not a lot of people get that, or sometimes they miss it. So I am glad it happened in a way, but at the same time, I do feel for you, and I'm sorry to hear that. Now you made your decision, yes, and you are getting serious about this. What happened?
What happened when I went serious about it? I shared with everybody that I could. But what I've learned in life is that when we share things from the heart, it's better than the mind. Share it from your heart, because people will come and read and listen to what you're trying to say, listen to your story. When you're talking with your mind, it's just one word: business. And in this world we live in, everyone's scared of this word.
Yes.
But when people really connect with you, with your heart, with your soul, it makes it much, much, more important and worth it. That's what I
Wow.
found.
That's really amazing. And it's so true what you're saying. Because in any business, if you are passionate and if you love what you're doing, you will have it's like abundance of what you can have in your business. But at the same time, now you are building connection, yes, and you're
Yeah.
talking to people. What
Mm.
did you learn from that experience, from where you were to where you are at that time? And what, maybe I'm asking too many questions, but
No, please do. I love questions.
so
I love it.
what the challenges that
Uh,
came on that time? You know what I mean?
I will gladly share with you the challenges. This is what I've noticed.
Okay.
When people are not open to hear things, it's not our job to force them to listen.
That's so true.
It's, it's not our job to go, listen, you can actually be healthier. When a person's thinking of going to McDonald's and having a Big Mac and a smoothie. Well, it is how it is. You want your Big Mac, you want your smoothie, go. And that's it. So I learned to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Connect with someone, look them in the eyes, see if they're really there for a reason. If they really want something. Because it's like when we got a horse, we'll take it to the river, here's the water. The horse doesn't want to drink the water. We can't force it. These are the challenges of any business owner, anyone, especially within the health and wellness industry, is that when you look at people, some of us tend to want to push them towards us. You don't want to come? Don't worry. Don't worry. You can go.
That's so true. Because, and also in business, you take other people's um, rejection like it's your own, and you take their rejection, and it's like you have to, it's like you're defending yourself, and you're like, no, don't hit me, don't do that. So I get that, in a way that we have to learn from it, and also we have to say, allow it, that person have a right to say no. You know what I
That's it.
mean? And
That's
it's
it.
okay.
That's it. It's okay. It's completely okay for the person to say no.
Mm,
I was I spent 1 year out in Portugal trying to develop my platform in a space where people didn't want to do anything for themselves.
mm.
And that was one of my biggest challenges and learnings in my life. And it's a simple action. If someone doesn't want something, if you get a no, well, you've always had a no. I had a no. The first time I had a no must have been 1 year old. When you're a baby and you went, Mama, I want, and Mama go, no. And you go, no, okay, no. Okay, you walk back. I got a story that I went shopping with my dad when I was 4 years old. And my dad said, sorry, no, son, I can't take. And then I said, okay, if you can't carry it, I'll take it myself then. I'm thinking, even back then, I was already thinking, no, don't worry, we'll get a solution, we'll find it. So no's are part of life.
That's very true. That's very true. Because it's interesting that when a person gives up before they even go forward, because of the hearing like 1 2 3 4 no's, and they're already wanting to shut down. So yes, we have to be perseverance, but also resilience in this kind of any business, I would say any business, because end of the day we live and we learn. And also sometimes people say no without actually looking at something or hearing at something properly, until later on when they hear you or they know you're there, and then when they get that, either building trust or having understanding of you or connected with you in a different way, then they're willing to hear it. So yes,
Mm. I,
that's very true.
I, I definitely agree with you. We all take our different times.
Mm,
Not all the time everyone's opening to hear a message. It's happened to me with family members, with people that we want close to us.
yes.
But sometimes that's not the case. The person's not there to listen to the message right there. What I've done is, I've done one thing. I planted a seed.
Yes.
And if I planted a seed of health and wellness, I know for a fact that if that was a well-planted seed, that person's going to start looking around. Now, then my work, what I do online and everything, needs to be coherent. I need to be following the pattern.
Yes.
So when that seed is triggering, that person goes, wait a minute, let me go and see what Daniel's doing. Let me see what Barker is doing. Let me see what's actually happening here. He's talking about being healthy, but is he really taking an action?
Yeah.
And that's where the seed is very important.
So tell us about online, okay? I know that you also as a speaker and you also as a coach. Now tell us about your first time speaking, okay?
First time speaking, I didn't know. Well, I didn't even know I was going to speak, to be honest with you.
So it was a present for yourself as well, yeah?
Yeah. And it, kind of funny. It was on my birthday.
Oh,
4 or
wow.
5 years ago, something like that, or 6 years ago. I can't remember. Because I was in a hotel, sat down, and I actually arrived in the event kind of late.
Okay.
So I'm sat at the back doing this one. I think we've all done this. Like, I didn't have my water in the morning. I ran here late. And then suddenly, one of the speakers hadn't come to the sharing. And who sat in the corner at the back right next to the person who's organizing?
Oh, no.
Me! So I'm there. Someone hits me like this and goes, Daniel. And I'm like, I look at him, I got sleepy eyes still. You can, when your eyes are like this still. I went, yeah, what? Like, you see, the guy didn't come. Do you mind going and doing a sharing? A sharing of what? A sharing of what? Of your journey so far in life. I'm like, what? Like from 10 years to now? What do you want? And he goes, anything. So I get up. They introduced me. Everyone claps. I stand there for 2 minutes doing this.
No way.
And my business partner, Belton, great friend of mine, he goes, talk.
Did you answer him back? What?
I went like this. Nervous shake. So what I do is I looked up in the room and there was like this crystal lamp situation, like a globe. And then I grabbed that and then I started to talk about crystals. Crystals, water life, me. And then I started to relate it to, my experience in Madeira, Portugal, that year that I was alone. So I did a sharing on that because it was the only thing that was automatic in my mind. That's the only thing that was automatic. I didn't have anything else in there at that moment. So I'm talking. And then I'm looking in front and everyone's like, time's up, 20 minutes. I'm like, 20 minutes? I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking someone's going to give me a tea or something. So I'm like, what? Like,
Oh, my God.
The Beltons again goes, all right, yeah, so guys, that's my story. I walk off. And I did it in front of around 70, 80 people.
Wow.
I walk off, I go to the back. I must have had 6 glasses of water, one after the other. And I was like, oh, that is not easy. I go to the corner but that's where I saw it. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Wow.
And it's amazing to share a story with people. Because in the interval, when I walked outside, they thought I had organized it. They said to me, "Wow, what a great speech. I'm going to follow what you said, your advice." I'm thinking to myself, what did I actually say? But I'm not quite sure, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to follow your advice. I said, please do. Please follow my advice. Yeah. Parky. I don't know if you believe this, but hey, I turned around, is my friend Belton, and I said, did you tape it or, take a picture or video? Do you know what he says to me? Oh, no, I forgot. I'm like, damn, I don't even know what I said. Oh, my God. But anyway, it went out. So that was my first experience as a speaker. Very fun.
Wow. That's interesting. I love that. Oh my goodness. But you did it, okay? At the end, you did it. When you open your mouth and you actually started sharing, you didn't want to take the microphone back, did you? You're enjoying it,
No
and
way, no
everyone's
way.
telling you, out, it is enough.
It was like 80% of the room already going, go, that's enough. And I'm like, no, I'm really loving it. I'm really enjoying this moment. It
Wow.
was really, that's where I learned that I really love to share my stories and life experiences and try to help as much as I can.
Wow, that's really amazing. Now, you said that you lost weight by what did you do? So tell us a bit of
Well,
what is the journey? What exactly did you start that you changed? And what did you take? How long did you take it? So tell us.
I think in life, sometimes we all complicate things. We go on extreme diets and we supplements and this and this and that. Nothing against nobody that does that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I didn't do that. I dedicated myself to drinking my water. Before I go to bed each night, I have 2 glasses of pure water, a tea with ginger and lime. I boil it with my water as well. And when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I have my water and my fruit. Because one thing's for sure, we live busy lives, and it can't always be perfect. So, we do end up eating things that we shouldn't. We all do that. Come on, we're human, and once in a while, chicken shish comes along and you go, hey, how are you? And you're like, boom, there it goes to the plate. It happens. But it's all about keeping it to the core. I do my exercise on the treadmill, for example, minimal is an hour on the treadmill. I make it simple on the sense that it's all about the calories that we lose, but the intake that we have. If I'm spending 2,000 calories and I'm putting in a live resource into my body, there's one thing the body doesn't get anymore. It doesn't get tired.
Exactly.
Because we have to see what we're made of. It's a simple factor. You are taking out the bad to put in the good. When that happens, your body starts to live with the good. That's why I talk about water being a fuel, a resource, because at the end of the day, we are made 80% of this. So if we made 80% of that, and we do exercise, okay, and everyone can do 6 days a week, whatever you can do, but you put your resource together, have it.
Amazing. Now, you talk about water. I want to ask you, is that have you always loved to drink water?
Good question. No, not really, no.
Because I asked that because a lot of people, since I came to this country, I'm in London, in UK, but a lot of people, they don't like drinking water at all. And that's the saddest thing. And you are talking, I had there a bit that, are you talking about pie water? So is it like a pastry pie water, or how does it work exactly? Or is it just a
Pastry pie?
brand
Did you say
name?
pastry? Like an apple pie, you put the water into it and then you can eat it. Here's some pie water, apple pie, drink that.
Exactly.
Drink it, here you go. Pie water. Give me a second here to see something, because I always forget the gentleman's name. because it's Japanese.
Okay.
Was discovered by a gentleman called Akiru Yashimiro. Uh, but it's a simple fact, and this comes at it's that water that comes from the mountains. It's a water that's a natural resource. It's what our bodies have when they're born. Did you know that? When we're born pi, we're born alkaline, we're born pH level are high. That's why we're able to fight more against stuff when we're younger. Then with age, our body becomes more acidic, it becomes less strong and less pi. That's why the people that live in Tibet and everything are stronger, look fitter and everything, people closer to the mountains, because the water is naturally resourced. Now, what happens in London or places, mainly in cities, due to the fact there's a lot of chlorine in the water and everything on this around this aspect, the pi element goes down. That means that your body, when it tastes it, it thinks it's a natural element, but then sometimes it even gives you bloatedness. So pi water is the water that doesn't stop anywhere, goes straight to your cells, restructures, rebuilds.
Amazing. Wow, that's really good. And because something like, especially water, like you said, we need it every single day. And for people who don't like water, does it taste differently?
It tastes better than tap water. It tastes
There's some kind of fruit
brilliant.
inside, yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like a mango. You know what? The first time I remember, the first time I tasted it myself, I was like, "It's a bit sweet. What's in that machine? What's in the machine? You know, what you guys?" And then everyone's talking about the pie ceramic balls. I'm like, "Okay, oh, now I get it. The pinus." I'm like, "Yeah, it tastes very different." It
Does it
tastes like
go on?
you get a natural taste to it.
Okay.
That's what
Does
it
it
does.
does it come in a bottle, or how does it come?
It's a filtration system. It's a filtration system,
Oh, okay.
but the system itself fits in any house. It's not
Okay.
complicated. It's
Hmm.
very easy to put in. It's not very tall either. And what I try to do always is to give people some free bottles as well, so then they can walk on the street with their own water. So they fill it up. They can walk around, have their own water, which, at the end of the day, with the system itself, it filters around 5,000 liters of it.
Hmm.
You end up saving money as well. So, but for me, it's more on the having something at home that not only protects you but protects your family.
Okay, so it's like you can use it like kind of like our tap water.
You can, yeah. It's right next to the tap. You click the button, you click it, and the water comes in, goes straight to the glass or the bottle, and you can drink it there and then in that second.
Okay, so then you have to like refill it if it's finished.
No, it's connected straight to the tap.
Okay,
So
okay, okay, okay. That's fantastic then. Okay, that's
eh,
amazing. Wow. And I'm just
wow.
amazed because we need it. We need to be able to drink a good water in a way that is more healthier for ourselves. And sometimes we forget that, you know what I mean? So it's very important. Now, tell us about your coaching. What do you do in this area? How do you help other people?
Well, I help on the personal development of the person.
Mm-hmm.
As someone did to me once, I tried to bring up the inner superhero out of the person,
Okay.
because we all have that.
Yes.
We all have that inner superhero. It's just with everything around us, with stress, with what we allow to come into our lives, we kind of forget that. And I work on that part of it. It's like
Amazing.
remind yourself of who you are, where you come from, and where you want to go.
Yes.
It's all right. I think it's all right to always remind ourselves of our uniqueness and our inner superhero.
Exactly. But also, what happened to you and what that lady did for you, because it reminded you of your superhero. But then now, actually sharing back to other people, it's beautiful. It's like a chain. You know, you got a piece, you get, and you giving it back to another person. So it's really
That's it.
amazing. Exactly. So it's really good.
That's it.
Um, tell us, what is the one thing, or what is the message you would like to share with the world?
You have one life. You have one moment. Make the best out of it. At least try. We can't be perfect, but we can try. And if anyone says, why do you do something? Simple. Just say, why not?
I love that. And is how can people get in touch with you?
Easily through my LinkedIn, if they wish. I have my email as well. I can leave information for you if you wish as well. They have that. I have my Instagram page as well, where I share my quotes and my some information. I have a business page on Facebook as well, so I can also leave that.
Is it like a do you have like a brand name, or like one name that you use a lot, so people, so if they're not gonna read what I'm writing later, so if you want to share it by words, so they can actually take something maybe to put on the side?
Yes, definitely. If you go into Facebook and look for Better Livings, you will find my health and wellness website. The dedicated website for the water filtration system, because I wanted to dedicate a website just for that, because there's a lot of information on there, and you can literally click, the stages of filtration that's in the system, so you will see that. It's homepure.com. So it's homepure.com. You can go on there, no problem at all. And I work basically on these two. If anyone wants to talk to me on Instagram, so it's because, Instagram's an amazing place to go to. Dan's with a Z Journey 86. I've got loads of quotes there. Got a lot of work there as well. But what I can say is that my Facebook page, The Better Livings, you will find a lot of good health tips. That's for sure.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Daniel.
It's been a
You've been
pleasure.
amazing. And
No,
what
you
you
have.
say, no, you, and what you're saying is actually valuable, because especially where we are right now in our lives, that we need to be able to say, look after yourself and do something better for your life, because you can have a better health and better income if you think about it.
Most
So
definitely.
go on.
And
So
health is our main wealth. Health is our main wealth. So that's it.
exactly. That's the biggest thing. So anyway, thank you so much, Daniel. I'm so happy and I'm so
It's a
grateful for
pleasure.
you to be here. And thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Do come back. And then we want to hear more of your journey in about, tell us what is new or what is happening with you in your
Most
life
definitely.
and everything.
I'm gonna have some new things coming out and things moving. So I'll definitely share some more stuff, and it will be my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Daniel. Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.